Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nanuya Channel, the podcast where we open up about life's biggest questions, one honest conversation at a time. I'm Nino.
And I'm Joy. Today we're diving into a topic that many people experience, but not everyone understands. Brain fog. What is it? Why does it happen? And most importantly, how can we clear it?
Brain fog can feel like your mind is full of cotton. You forget words, lose your train of thought, and it can be tough to focus on anything. It's not a medical condition on its own, but it's a symptom of something deeper going on. It can feel like you're trying to think through a haze.
Right? And it can stem from so many sources: lack of sleep, stress, poor diet, hormonal changes, even certain medications. And of course, post-COVID, a lot more people have been reporting brain fog as part of long COVID symptoms.
Joy, have you ever experienced brain fog?
Oh, definitely. I think the worst was during a particularly stressful work month when I wasn't sleeping well. I could barely concentrate. I felt like I was functioning at half speed. And the most frustrating part? It made me feel less capable, even though I knew why it was happening.
Yay, and that can really affect your confidence. It's not just annoying, it can be emotionally draining. You start doubting yourself, even your memory. But understanding what's causing it can be empowering. That awareness is the first step to healing.
Let's break down a few common causes of brain fog. Lack of sleep. This one's huge. Our brains clean themselves during sleep. There's even research showing that during deep sleep, your brain flushes out toxins that build up throughout the day. So if we're not getting enough rest, it's like skipping a rinse cycle. Stress and anxiety. Chronic stress floods our body with cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol stays elevated too long, it can interfere with memory and cognitive function. Poor nutrition. Deficiencies in key vitamins like B12, iron, or omega-3s can lead to mental fatigue. Too much sugar and processed food can also slow us down. Digital overload. Constant screen time and multitasking can exhaust our mental bandwidth. Our brains weren't designed to process so much information at once. Medical conditions, thyroid disorders, depression, menopause, autoimmune conditions, and long COVID can all trigger brain fog. It's important to talk to a healthcare provider if symptoms persist.
Let's also talk about some lesser-known factors. For example, dehydration, even mild dehydration, can reduce concentration. And being indoors all day without natural light can throw off your body's rhythms and your mood.
That's so true. And then there's the emotional side of it. If you're constantly second-guessing yourself or feeling like you're behind on everything, that mental clutter just builds. Sometimes it's not just what you're doing, but what you're thinking that adds to the fog.
So now that we know what causes brain fog, let's talk about what we can do about it. Here are some practical, research-backed solutions.
First up, sleep hygiene. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid screens an hour before bed and try winding down with a book or calming music.
Next, move your body. Regular physical activity improves blood flow to the brain. It releases endorphins and can sharpen focus. Even something as simple as stretching or walking for 10 minutes can have an impact.
Also, clean eating. Choose whole foods, stay hydrated, and include brain-boosting nutrients like leafy greens, berries, fish, and healthy fats. Drink enough water. Even mild dehydration can make you feel foggy.
Don't underestimate mental rest. Take breaks from tasks and screens. Practice deep breathing, listen to music, or just sit in silence. Your brain needs downtime to function well.
Try journaling or brain dumps. Just getting everything out of your head and onto paper can reduce that mental pressure and help you focus again.
Another great tool? Meditation and mindfulness. Even just 5 minutes of mindful breathing a day can train your brain to stay present and less reactive to stress.
And finally, be kind to yourself. Brain fog doesn't mean you're failing. It means your brain is asking for help. Instead of pushing harder, take a step back and reflect on what your body needs. Let's hear from a listener. Tamara wrote in and said, I used to beat myself up for forgetting simple things. But now, when I feel foggy, I take it as a cue to slow down and check in with myself. It's made a big difference.
We also heard from Rafi, who said he started journaling during his lunch breaks when he noticed his brain fog was worse in the afternoon. Just getting his thoughts out helped him refocus for the rest of the day.
And Alex messaged us saying, taking up mindful breathing and making sure I get sunlight first thing in the morning really helped. I also stopped drinking caffeine after 1 p.m., and that alone improved my sleep and clarity.
We even had a great comment from Priya, who said she sets a timer every hour to stand, stretch, and do 1 minute of mindful breathing. She swears it's changed her afternoons entirely.
That's such a great tip. And here's another idea that's gaining traction. Nature therapy. Simply spending time in a park or garden, what researchers call green time, can significantly improve cognitive performance and reduce mental fatigue.
Also, limit multitasking. Try monotasking, doing one thing at a time. It helps train your focus and makes your brain feel less overwhelmed.
If you're working from home or spending hours in meetings, consider a tech detox day once a week. Step away from the screens. Let your brain reset.
You could also consider using a brain training app or puzzle games that help you practice memory, logic, and focus in small doses. Just don't overdo it.
And keep in mind the power of connection. Talking with someone you trust, even for a few minutes, can reset your perspective and lift that fog.
We got a heartfelt story from another listener who wanted to share their experience with brain fog. They wrote, I had a very costly bout of brain fog 4 to 5 years ago. My mom had just died, and I was stressed. I wanted to buy a home, but was going to move in with my girlfriend temporarily. I stayed at my girlfriend's, 25 miles from home at the weekends. Before I moved in, I saw a house for sale on the internet. I sent the details to my girlfriend, asking what she thought of it. She said she liked it and asked if I wanted to arrange a viewing. Looking back at my email now and knowing what I am like, I think I then had a bit of a panic and asked myself some questions. I had saved a good deposit and would have needed to have borrowed about the same amount as my inheritance. I asked myself what I would do if my mom's house didn't sell for ages and I would have the mortgage for longer.
Thank you for sharing that. It really shows how brain fog can affect not only our work or concentration, but also huge life decisions. When your mental clarity is clouded by grief, stress, or fatigue, it's so easy to second-guess or make choices you later question.
So to wrap up, brain fog is your brain's way of saying, I need a break. It's a message, not a malfunction. And when you listen to it, you give yourself a chance to thrive.
We hope today's episode gave you insight, encouragement, and some fresh tools. Your mental clarity matters, and so do you. If you liked this episode, follow us and share it with a friend who's learning English too.
And if you found this insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Until next time,
Keep
keep
speaking,
speaking,
keep learning, and keep having fun.